Hey guys, in today's video, you can learn to deploy MERN Stack project on Vercel. By the end of this video, you will be able to configure your backend API and deploy your front-end application to run seamlessly on Vercel's serverless platform. We will also fix the common 404 not found issue on Vercel that appears when refreshing client-side routes in MERN apps. This is our recently built full-stack e-commerce project. It features a dynamic frontend built with React Wait for a smooth user experience and a powerful Node.js backend to handle all the e-commerce logic. As you can see, we have a client folder for our React frontend and a server folder that contains our Node.js and Express.js backend. Before deploying, we need to make our server configuration dynamic so it works both locally and on Vercel. First, let's look at the code settings. Right now, our server only accepts requests from localhost 5173, which is hard-coded. This is fine for development, but it will break in production because our deployed frontend will have a different URL. So let's make this dynamic. Instead of the hard-coded string, we will use an environment variable. We will change this to process.env.origin. In our .env file, we have already defined the origin to localhost 5173. Next, let's make our server port dynamic. It's currently set to 3000. Deployment platforms like Vercel assign a port automatically, so we must listen on the port they provide. This part tells our server to use the port that Vercel assigns in production. But if that doesn't exist, just use port 3000 as a fallback for local development. Now we need to make sure we don't have any other hard-coded values like URLs or port written directly into our code. Let's quickly scan our project files. Since all these values are correctly defined in our .env file, our setup is correct and we are ready to move on. Now let's go inside our server folder and create a new file named Vercel.json. In the builds, we should include our entry file, which is our index.js. And we tell Vercel to use the Vercel node builder to run our server. Next, we need to add the routes. This part tells Vercel how to handle incoming traffic. We will add a rule with the src of /.star, which is a wildcard that matches every single request coming to our server. We then set the destination to our index.js file. This ensures that all API requests are forwarded directly to our Express application so it can handle the routing. And that's it. With this simple configuration file, our backend is now fully prepared for deployment. Then the next crucial step is to push these changes to GitHub so Vercel can assess them. My project is already on GitHub, so I just need to commit and push the latest updates we made. If you are starting a new project, you should first create a repository on GitHub and push your initial code. There we go. As you can see, our new commit has been successfully pushed. Now our code is up to date on GitHub and ready for Vercel. Then go to Vercel and first we need to log in. We should now click on new project. Then import our project. First find the root directory setting and click edit. Since we are deploying our backend first, select the server folder from the drop-down menu. This tells Vercel to only look inside our server folder for this specific project. Next, expand the environment variable section. Here you need to copy all the secret keys from your local.env file. Then for next we can just click on add more. Let's add this JWT secret and stripe key also. Now for the origin variable, for now I will just include star for this. It's because our origin needs to be the URL of our deployed frontend, but we haven't deployed the frontend yet, so we don't know what its final URL will be. We will deploy the backend first, then deploy the frontend, and then come back here to add the frontend's URL to this origin variable. So just include star for now. We will also set this backend origin to star. In our project, Stripe controller uses backend origin for its redirect URL. We don't know the backend's final URL until the deployment is complete. With the root directory set to server and our other environment variables added, just click deploy. You can see now it's deployed. Now for frontend, we will again go to new project and import this again. The framework would be wait. Now let's choose our frontend, which is the client folder. And for .env of our client side, we will copy this with backend URL, and we have to include the value of recently deployed backend URL. So just copy this and paste it here, and it will also contain HTTPS. Finally deploy these two, and we will also include this in backend origin of our backend project. Just go in settings and proceed to environment variables, and let's include in backend origin. So we can just click on edit. You should only include this if you have configured backend origin on your backend env. And in our frontend port, which is the origin here, let me copy from our deployed frontend. You can see it's deployed now. So just copy this and include with the HTTPS. Then we just need to redeploy this backend also. And yeah, that's it. Let me open the production site. We can now check by registering new user. You can see we can also log in with the created user, add products to cart, delete it. But if we try to refresh this page, we are getting 404 not found issue. This happens because in a single page application, routes like /cart doesn't exist as real files on the server. Only the single page application's index.html exists. If we try to refresh of other page like purchases also, we are gonna get the same result. During normal in-app navigation, the client router intercepts clicks and renders the right component. So you never hit the server for /cart/purchases or even other front-end route. But on a hard refresh, the browser requests /cart from the server directly. Vercel's A checks for a real file or server route at those paths. Since there isn't one, it returns 404 not found. The fix is to add a fallback rewrite so that any unknown path gets rewritten to index.html and the client router resolves those paths. So let's create Vercel.json inside our client folder also. Include the rewrite here, and inside this we have the source and destination. Here source slash dot star means match any path, and destination slash index.html means serve index.html for that path. So we just need to commit the changes now. After we push the code to GitHub, it automatically reflects the changes on Vercel. This domain now serves the latest code. Now if we try to refresh this, you can see there is no error. I will show you for the card page also. You can see there is no error on reload. If I log out and log in as admin, we are also able to authenticate as admin. And there you have it. As you can see, all the functionality is working perfectly in the live production environment. That's the complete guide to deploying your MERN Stack project on Vercel. In this video, we successfully configured and hosted both our frontend and backend, taking our application from local development all the way to our live production server. We were also able to fix 404 not found issue on Vercel. Thank you guys for watching this video.